Thank you for stopping by Yellow Butterfly Farm. My name is Casey, and on this channel, I post weekly vlogs about the things occurring in my 10,000 square foot garden in Zone 8A. I've been gardening since 2020 and continue to grow not only in size, but also in skill with each seed. Hopefully, you'll find something useful and inspiring that encourages you to subscribe. Here's what we're up to on the farm in this video.
Today is January 8th, 2025, and I started my pepper seeds today. I am sowing my seeds a little bit earlier than I have in the past because I want to be able to know if I have to buy starts. Now, my plan is to grow everything from seed in my garden this year, but I have to allow room for error. Anything can happen to my seedlings, and last year what happened? I hardened them off and they did not do well, and I was scrambling at the last minute, and all I had was bell peppers and a couple of other random plants to select from in the big box stores. So if I can, I want to reduce that instance. So I am starting my seeds maybe 3 weeks earlier than I need to based on my zone. When I sow my seeds, I typically put 2 to 3 seeds per cell. This is my first time using Bootstrap Farmer seed trays, so we're going to see how this goes. But no matter what type of cell or pot I use to start my seeds, I typically sow more than one seed just to give myself better chances of at least getting one healthy plant to go out into the garden. Plan I had for tracking what seeds I planted didn't come to fruition, so I had to write out all of the seeds that I planted today. When I start my seeds, I typically cover them with either perlite or vermiculite, and what that does is it traps in the moisture because I bottom water all of my plants when I sow my seeds. The vermiculite and or perlite will trap in the moisture, and it decreases significantly the amount of gnats that I have in my sprout house, which I'll show you a little bit later. Now that all of my seeds are covered, I just lightly mist with a spray bottle, and it's just water in this spray bottle. But I do that to kind of keep the vermiculite in place. Because I knew yesterday that I was going to be sowing seeds on today, I cleaned off a shelf and I set up my heat mat. I got my lights hooked up for where I wanted to put my tray at. Now, when I took the tray outside after I sowed all the seeds, it just did not fit. So what you see me doing here, I'm trying to get the lights at a good height, but I really wanted to be able to put my dome on top of them. Now, it would have worked if I didn't use the dome, but because I wanted to have my dome on top of my tray, I went ahead and I shifted a little bit, and I ended up putting the entire row tray of seeds on a different shelf. Yes, I was still trying to make it work here, but it wasn't gonna work. I couldn't get those lights to go up any higher than what you see on the screen right now, but I was determined. I tried. These are brassicas that I up potted day before yesterday. So I end up putting the brassicas on the shelf that I had originally identified for the peppers, and I'm gonna put the peppers where the brassicas were, and it just works out a lot better. I don't know why I didn't think of that in the beginning, but it worked out a lot better, and you'll see that in a couple of seconds. I had to move everything from the previous shelf to the new shelf. So this is my heat mat. This is me putting that on there. Now I'm gonna put the entire tray on top of the heat mat. You see how, now my camera fell, but you see how I'm able to have the dome on top of the tray? That's my preferred setup. I have everything the way that I want it now. The lights are on top of it for the overhead lighting. I have the heat mat on the bottom, and this is the way that I prefer to start my seedlings, especially my peppers, because they're a heat-loving plant. So now I have the setup exactly the way that I want it, and then once I get germination, I'll take the dome off, and the lights will be adjusted to accommodate the size of the plants. Mission accomplished. The pepper seeds for the summer 2025 garden have been sown.